What up, guys? In today's video, I'll be talking about why did I move to Dallas and also my first NOC position. Stay tuned. What's going on, man? It's your boy HD. Thank you for coming to another episode of Techno Chatter. Hey, thank you for all my new subscribers out there. I appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. All my returning subscribers, I appreciate everything you guys sharing the videos, you coming in. Remember, I appreciate everything that you guys do. If you're on this video and you're in need of career help with your resume, interview tips, or all the above, make sure you check out TechTual Now, let's move past that, guys. Another unfiltered story time video for you guys today. Why did you move to Dallas? Guys, as you know, background me, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to Ratchet City. And a running joke on our Facebook is, moving to Dallas not gonna solve all your problems. Everybody in Shreveport in Dallas, and all these other silly things people say. And
he lied!
To that extent, they got a point, but at the same time, it's really individualized on your reasons of why you moved. I can tell you right now, it's just way more opportunities out there. I will also say, guys, more opportunities, but more competition as well. So remember that. The reason why I moved is because, so I started my first real job outside of college in 2014, and I was promised one thing and then I got another. So pretty much by the time the end of 2014 was over, I was already trying to move. Pretty much I was Houston. I preferred Dallas because it's close to my family. And in case anything happened, I'll be able to come back super fast. But another reason is, I'm getting ahead of myself, but in my city, Shreveport, Bossier, where I was working at was pretty much the only place I really could work at outside of maybe looking up and getting a state or city job that people didn't leave because they don't retire from those jobs until retire. They don't leave those jobs. They stay in them until like they're super old, and by that time you don't want to waste your time doing a job you don't like. So why stay and be miserable? I thought I was leaving in 2015. I had all these interviews because where I might have 10 or 15 hits for like jobs in Shreveport, when I would do DFW area, I would have hundreds of hits. So if you play, on percentages, that you got a higher chance of success where you have more opportunities to apply and more jobs that apply to your skill set. So that's the real reason why I left, because it was on the up and up and more jobs was there. I thought I was going to leave in 2015, but that didn't happen. I didn't get a chance to leave then. It wasn't time for me to leave yet. I met some awesome people there, and maybe that's the reason why it wasn't time for me to leave. Now, fast forward to 2016, and I got the interviews, and I was able to leave. It was bittersweet, because think about it. I mean, up until that point, yeah, I had visited other states, but I called, Louisiana home. And moving was a little bit scary because you're not around, you get uncomfortable. And what I found in my adult life is that 9 times out of 10, when you get out your comfort zone, that's actually when you start succeeding the best. That's when you work the hardest. That's when you stop getting complacent. Because when you're in your comfort zone, a lot of times you're complacent, and that can hurt you. There's a lot of people who are very talented, but they got complacent because where they're at. Their bills pay, this is enough, and if something happens, then what? So guys, I would tell you, although it's good to be content, I would not say be complacent. It's a nuanced word, being content and complacent, but do not be complacent. You can be content, but do not be complacent. So with that being said, I moved because I got the job offer, and like I said, if you watched all my other videos, I took the NOC position to leapfrog into my SOC position that I eventually got, like later on, after 7 months of being in Dallas. So, I mean, to put it like this, I was in Shreveport, Bossier for like 2.5 years, and did not get a security position because of, they was hating. But that's literally, why I moved there. Pretty much short and sweet of why I moved, because I'm not trying to bore you guys, man. You guys don't come here to hear me talk on the soapbox, but that's why I moved to Dallas. And we're back. Now, let's talk about my first NOC job. So For you guys that don't know, NOC stands for Network Operations Center. And in my first NOC job, like I can always tell everybody this, just like when it comes to help desk, you're doing a SOC, you're a security analyst, vulnerability analyst, penetration tester. Even though your title may have whatever it says, depending on what the company wants you to do, depends on what you'll do at work. So my NOC job, honestly, I was way less busy than I was in my help desk job, because help desk job was predicated on talking on the phone, doing tickets all day, literally. This job was not predicated on that. It literally was predicated on watching all the dashboards, make sure, because this company was in, or still is in, the payment card industry. So it's very important that if they had transactions aren't going through or something's down on the dashboard, that I notify somebody, because if something isn't working, then they're losing money. And that's important. Money is very important once you keep on going up and up. If you're helping your company make money, you make more money. The job really more so consisted of monitoring the dashboards day to day. It consisted of, I think we had to create some user accounts, incident response, health checks. My favorite part probably was when incidents happen. I know you're gonna say, what do you mean? Why is that your favorite part? When the incident happened, it's my favorite part because that's when I was busy. I got to use my documentation skills and really stand out of giving good detailed reports. I'm talking about very thorough. But as I, recap my experience there, I can honestly tell you it was another position within 3 months. I was like, I need to go somewhere else. So when I was there, I started applying to other places. I was interviewing at other places too. And let me tell you guys this, I know y'all like, what? Why would you interview and just got there? It doesn't matter in IT or cybersecurity about how long you've been at the job. All they care about is, can you do what you are offering, what they need you to do. That's all they care about. Job hopping gets you paid. So also remember that. So don't stay in a certain job too long, because it might kind of keep you into that same area. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, this is one of those jobs I mastered pretty fast. I didn't have a lot of responsibility. It was the first job that introduced me to Splunk. Prior to that, I had no idea what Splunk was. So that was cool. I was able to put Splunk on my resume from using it at work. Granted, I didn't use it a lot, but I still was using Splunk technically. Pretty much, that job went, like I said, pretty much mundane, every day, pretty much the same old. This job is also the reason why I went to grad school. I feel like it helped me out, man. Honestly, when I got to this position, I stood out again, just like I'm in my current role. I'm standing out, and I had some people that are, pretty much lazy. And time I got there, management was like, "Oh, this dude comes from, this bigger company. He came to us, and he's showing why he was successful at this role, because I come in and I notice things. This don't work. I'd have suggestions. Now, whether they all get passed to them is different. And that goes a long way. I'm going to reiterate this. I'm going to sound repetitive, but come in and make suggestions, make your presence felt, and stand out. So it was times when incidents was going on, and the manager at the time, man, RP the manager, I found out the dude died Sunday, man. So I hope his family's doing all right, man. He was a really cool dude. But sorry, not to make this thing sad, but it was times when he put me in charge, and I had been there the least amount of time. And it was because of that skill set I brought to the table. He was like, oh, well, you're going to run point on this. You guys, go through him, because I showed myself to be approved. That little bit of responsibility also did help me in the next role I got, because of the responsibility and what I was used to when it came to incident response and documentation. So that was pretty good. One of the hardest parts of this position was not my manager, but the dude over me did not know how to talk to people. And even if I want to go a little bit further and I don't want to play the race card, he know how to talk to black people. I've kind of noticed that in corporate America with some people, they have a very low emotional intelligence. And, I'm not going to lie, he yelled at me. And that was the one and only time he ever did that, because I had said since then, if that happened again, I'm just gonna lose my job. That was probably the biggest issue. That's like the only time that's ever happened to me at work, because I carry myself in a way that where I garner respect. I give you respect, you give me respect. So that was totally uncalled for, even if we messed up on something. Don't talk to me like I'm your child. Talk to me like I'm a man, like you want me to talk to you. But like I said, at the job, I networked with some good people, learned a lot of things, learned some different things about corporate America. was able to network and just, you know, get a little bit of that DFW experience. And having that role on my resume really helped me. It helped box me out of getting, you know, a lot of help desk roles. That NOC analyst really pretty much segued me into doing something like the SOC, because they're a little bit similar. SOC will have a little bit more responsibility depending on organization. So I was able to sell myself. It's like, you know, I did all this. This is what I did, kind of security related at work. It paid off for me. You guys know where I'm at right now. It paid off for me. Like I said, if I would go back to what we was talking about in the beginning of the video, DFW paid off for me. As you guys know, Texas has no state tax. A lot of companies are moving here from like California and other places and setting up shop in cities like Frisco and Plano, and of course you got like Addison. So when somebody said to move to Dallas, technically they're not moving to Dallas. They could be moving to the outskirts. So pay attention to that, guys. Don't let anybody discourage you from where you want to move to. If you know that's gonna give you a better opportunity, move there. Hey, since like I said, look, man. No lie, I think within a year I doubled my income from staying in Shreveport when I moved to Dallas. So look at that. And some people say, well, the cost of living is higher. It's not that much higher. They just know how to pay you because they respect you. They want talent to come there. They want these companies to go there so they can build all these nice things. Like, you know, in Texas and Dallas, you got Main Event. You got Dave and Buster's, you got the spot called Andretti's, you got the big AMC theaters, you got the big Cinemarks, you got the malls, you got a lot of crap. I'm not even mentioning like the clubs that they got. That stuff, all these jobs and these professional people and all that stuff pays a part in that. That same stuff does not exist in Shreveport, Louisiana. There's nothing here. It's a ghost town. It really is. When I was a kid, you know, it was thriving because you had like GM and Libby Glass and some other manufacturing places, but that doesn't exist anymore. You don't get those opportunities. And so the companies feel like they can dictate what they think you deserve, knowing well that, hey, insurance got higher at companies, and then in Louisiana you get state tax. It's not the good. And meanwhile, while they're paying you, they get a lot of write-offs. So you're the one with the short end of the stick. So guys, I said that to say all of this. Do not stay at a company that you don't like. Leave. If they don't like you, they're gonna fire you. Do not stay in a city that's doing nothing for you. If you don't have any kids, you don't have like a real reason why you gotta stay there, take care of like your, you know, elderly parents, leave. You can always come back. Go get that experience. Maybe you can work a job where you're working remote, come back. I mean, it's simple. That's pretty much how it is. Wrapping up this video, guys. If you appreciated, you know, the content and whatever I said in this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Check me out on my LinkedIn. Check me out on my Facebook page, my Instagram page. Check out TechTual We're always willing to help. And that was it. It's your boy. I'm out.